not everybody is capable of understanding and reading in between the lines, but you have to in order to understand how deception is the only tactic the enemy has. That's it. If he can get enough people to lie to you, then it's not to say that you'll never find the truth. It's just to say that it'll take time. And I was sitting here looking at Instagram, and Instagram, social media, is famous for philanthropists and philosophers without any credentials. If you want a therapist without having to pay for it, go to Instagram. You can find a therapist on Instagram for free. They make a whole bunch of pages for relationship advice, a whole bunch of other stupid shit that no one even knows what the fuck they're talking about. But my point is, everybody's talking about manifestation, and they manifest their dream. They knew where they were going to be, and they had always said that they wanted to be this. And I say you're contradiction, because there's no reason for you to sell your soul, to bend over backwards literally for money and their fame, no matter the magnitude or lack thereof, if you manifested these things that you're saying you received. So if you're telling me that you got everything you have, the wealth or the riches or the thousandaires, right? Because we have to include those two. They speak more than the millionaires. And you're telling me that you did this on hard work and dedication, sleepless nights. You know the mantra that everyone does, the same success story. It seems like everyone has the same shit. No one will tell you that they sold dope, they robbed, they stole, lied, cheated. They won't tell you that a lot of reasons why they went through hell is because they created hell for other people. So, they'll never tell you that the struggle was actually created by themselves. So it's hard for me to believe that everyone is manifesting their ideas when everyone is a collective and taking orders and a slave. So the only manifestation is that from the Most High. And the Most High says, ask and it should be given unto you. Knock, seek, and you shall find. The Most High says, if you ask and if you are sincere, then by reasonable source, paraphrasing, he would render those blessings. But the Most High isn't one, right? And I think that's where we confuse a lot of our misinterpretations and overstandings and understandings of the Most High. If he tells us that we're not here for materialistic things, then we really can't ask the Most High to bless us for these outlandish things when that's not of him. That's why people go to Satan. I read a book that says Rich Dad, Poor Dad. And, the guy basically said how he was able to better his life from the two aspects of having a humble dad, a average dad, and a wealthy dad. And I'm use that analogy in the sense where people don't want the meek, lowly creator. They don't want the man who made everything. They want the one who can give them what was made. So the creator made everything, but they don't want to worship the man who made everything. They want to worship the man who's able to give them what was made when they want it. And that's what we have here. So, I don't mean to, I'm not going to rant here, but I just, I get irritated and sickened when people spew these nonsense and these ideologies, and after 4 years of studying and meditation and just having to live through this, I know that these people out here who are successful are only successful by the backs of others. No pun intended. And we know that it's a collective. We know that if you have a group of Masons, there's over 1 million Masons. You have a Mason who practices law. You have a Mason who's a police officer. You have a Mason who works at Rite Aid, right? Managing McDonald's. They will all come together to benefit each other. So, it's about networking. It's about resources. You know, there's a saying that says it's not about what you know, it's about who you know. And as a targeted individual, you know that to be true because these people could be dumb as rocks. But if they know the right people, related to the right people, have the right connections, or have a little bit of money, then you don't need credibility, you don't need credentials, and you don't need a work ethic or resume. You can basically buy and sex your way in and out of anything, and that's what we're dealing with. We're dealing with people who are willing to sex, steal, and kill their way in and out of any situation to move up in the chains. But they'll tell you that, oh, it was their hard work and prayer, and we know it was prayer, it was witchcraft. We know who you were praying to. So, don't be discouraged when you see others around you moving up. And also, I want to close on this note. Um, you can only struggle if it's self-inflicted, right? So we know struggle happens from misfortunes and, situations happen in lives, but don't consider yourself to be struggling when someone has their foot on your throat. Or you're not struggling because you're not lazy. It's not you stopping yourself from getting these opportunities. You're not holding yourself back, I would hope. So don't be swindled in the idea of thinking that, oh, it's me, I'm not good enough, I'm lazy. Because if you think that, that's where they want you to be.